Do you remember the world before the internet? If so, then you're definitely not a teenager. Isn't that sad? There isn't a single child in the world today who remembers what life was like before Google. So for this video, we decided to pick 6 things that people used to do before the internet. For some, this is going to be a sweet reminder or even cause a nostalgic feeling, while for others, it can be new and shocking. Make sure to watch the video until the very end to figure out in which category you are. Don't forget to subscribe to Hot Thinking for more exciting videos. And with that said, let's dive into today's video. Talking to the parents of your loved ones. Nowadays, many young people prefer to keep things private and not share it with their parents, especially when it comes to relationships. Well, believe it or not, previously you did not get to choose. Since there were no mobile phones or smartphones, you had to use city phones shared by the whole family. So every time you wanted to talk to your girlfriend or boyfriend, you had to politely say hello to his or her parents and ask them to call Mike, Rose, Chad, or Lily to the phone. However, that's not even the worst scenario. Not all parents rush to pass the phone. Instead, they would often start asking questions about who, why, what, and when. Or imagine if an old grandma who does not hear well answers the phone and you have to repeat yourself 4 to 5 times, literally. Damn, that would have been uncomfortable. You can only imagine the level of awkwardness when the family members are not very fond of you. Remembering phone numbers. Let's get this straight. Most people don't have an outstanding memory. Moreover, on average, a person can remember about 7 digits. This may not be necessary now, as there are always smartphones on hand to write everything down, but people had to suffer a bit in the past. Phone numbers had to be written down by hand in a special notebook or something, because before mobile phones, there was no such thing as contacts or speed dial, and phone numbers had to be dialed by hand, every time. And in case you didn't have something to write on, you were left with no other choice than to memorize it. Yeah, every number. And if you confuse one number, then you're out of luck. Imagine a situation where you meet a girl that you're really into, and finally, after continued effort, she gives you her number. But then you foolishly forget it. And this could totally happen, especially if you're not in a very sober state. Passing notes instead of messages. And now we're going to tell you something hilarious. Let's be honest, you at least once sent messages in class to your friends and maybe even were actively chatting while your teacher explained the Pythagorean theorem. Maybe this is not the best thing to do, but the worst thing that can happen is that your phone will be taken away from you for a little while. And while this sounds horrible for you now, let me tell you how it used to be. Previously, to send messages, you had to write them down on a piece of paper. And trust me, in this scenario, there are many things that can go wrong. First of all, you are much more likely to be noticed. If you send a note through your classmates, which is safer than throwing it across the whole room, the most curious ones will definitely unfold and read it. But that's not the worst part. When the teacher noticed the note, they confiscated it and read it in front of the whole class. Imagine how humiliating and embarrassing that is when a teacher makes fun of you reading something you wrote, like, "Amy, where are we going today?" Or, "This class sucks," or "What do you have for lunch today?" Or something even more embarrassing. That last one, unfortunately, is from personal experience. Waiting for TV shows. Before the internet and Netflix, those who wanted to watch their favorite show had to wait. And the main thing was not to miss the right time, because it was impossible to record the broadcast. In order to watch a new episode of Game of Thrones or The Walking Dead, you had to prepare in advance and make sure to free yourself from other activities, because the show was broadcast at a specific time, and if you missed it, it was not possible to catch up on recent episodes. Now, this sounds particularly horrible for me, since if I'm into something, it is almost impossible for me to wait for updates. That's why these days I usually watch series when they're completely out. Hit the like button if you also hate waiting for your favorite TV shows. And last but not least, requesting your favorite song on the radio. And now, great information for desperate music lovers. Before YouTube, MP3 players, and smartphones, there was a radio that would play pretty similar styles of music. But the problem was that to listen to your favorite song, you had to call or even send letters to the station and order the song in advance. After ordering, people would excitedly wait for their favorite song. Okay, let's admit that there is a charm in it, but it didn't end there. The radio also had another pretty cute purpose. Since letters and postcards took a long time to send, and calling cost a lot of money, people frequently used to congratulate each other using radio. And an additional bonus was that the whole country heard these congratulations, and it almost felt like the whole country congratulated you. Imagine you're sitting at home, minding your own business, when you suddenly hear how someone immediately, your favorite song starts playing just for you. Isn't that really cute and sweet? That's it for today's video. Do you remember any of this stuff, or have you just heard of it for the first time? Tell us in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the like button if you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.